Okay, hi, welcome back. It's been a heck of a week with a lot of ups and downs. Been a real roller coaster. So Sunday night we had a big sales day for me anyway, and brought in about, let me look at my spreadsheet here. We brought in we brought in exactly $376.97 Sunday night after a big order of a set of encyclopedias. Then we moved on to Monday night. We only got two sales. Each of those orders was under $4. And so that was not a good sales day. So total profit for Monday night, $6.05. So we've got three orders today. We're going to pick them as fast as we can, get them all packed up, and we'll see exactly how much money we made today at the end of this video. So stick around. Okay, we just have these three orders today. They do add up to a little more than the $6 we made yesterday, but nothing to really get extremely excited about. But we're going to pick all this stuff, get it packed, and get it ready to ship. So let's go. Okay, first thing on the list, we'll start with this one, which is, I've been doing some listing in here, so excuse the mess. I've been getting this stuff ready to go. We're looking for LR6C, which is right here. So I'll tell you about each of these items as I pack them, and then, like I said, at the end of the video, we'll see how much we made on each of these items and how much we made total for the entire day. The next thing we have is going to be cab 1B, which is right here. And this is it right here. And then the final thing, is going to be, well, we should have got it while we were in there. I thought it was in a different space, but we got some more drum heads to sell. These are in LR3, which is right here. So we're looking for two coated ambassador drum heads. Those are ambassadors? No, those are emperors. Two coated emperor. What size are these? 16-inch, so it's going to be these bigger ones. Two coated 2/16. WK. What does WK mean? Coated ambassador. I wrote WK on here, but I don't know what it means. Weather King, which is not in the listing title, but this is the only set of two of this size. So these have to be the right ones, but I'm going to get a closer look at the picture. Yeah, Weather King says it right there. Okay, these are the ones. Okay, so these are the three orders. We're going to pack them all as quickly as we can. Might as well start at the bottom with these drum heads. So I'm going to grab, I have all these pizza boxes out here in different sizes. I think it will fit in here. This one should be 17 by 17, and these drum heads are 16 by 16. It's a little too tight. I'm going to get the slightly bigger one. Pineapple, come on. My little boy, my little puppy boy is here. I've been, traditionally, we don't let him down here. But lately, it's been some storms. He gets anxious with the rain, so I've been letting him come down. And even today, I bought him a little dog bed. If he wants to use it, he can come down here with me while I'm packing. I have a suspicion he won't use that, but if he wants to, it'd be nice to have some company while I'm doing this work. Some days is longer than others. Today, I think we'll probably be done in about 15 or 20 minutes. Hopefully, keep it quick. Okay, so this box is just about ready. Let's put some paper in it. I'm just at the end of this roll, and you can see this paper is all torn up at the end for some reason, and I've never seen this before. Huh. The cardboard tube is in 2 pieces. I don't know how that stayed together. But that's interesting. I don't know. I never know what to do with these. They feel like they're too substantial to just recycle, but I don't really have a good use for them. But right now, I've been stacking them up here. Okay, now we got a second roll here ready to go. So let's get this one out. And this one's all taped up. I don't know if you can see how much it has faded from being in this window here. Pretty quickly. The other one I pulled out was only there for about 2 or 3 days, and it was just like this. This one's been there for a month at least. I do go through this paper pretty quickly, and it's not super expensive. I think these rolls are about $30 or $35. I would like for them to last 3 months, but I don't think they make it that long anymore because I'm not using much bubble wrap these days. If I can help it, bubble wrap is much more expensive than the paper. Oh, this is taped up a little too well. I'm not sure what they think is going to happen. Okay, got it. Okay. I'm used to that little... I've gotten used to that skinny roll. It's much easier to pull the paper off. Not that this is very hard, but... I'm gonna go ahead and try to wrap this a little. These drum heads they're designed to be beat on with a stick, so they're fairly indestructible as long as they don't try to bend it and put it into a mailbox or something. So they probably don't need as much padding as I've been putting in there, but we want that to be as safe as it can be to get to the buyer. Okay, let's put some tape. I got all these drum heads from a drum and bugle corps local band that was cleaning out their storage. They had a big giant, they called it a storage space. To me, it looked like a warehouse. And they were cleaning it out, throwing away, getting rid of anyway, anything that they hadn't used. This company, this band or whatever you call it, has been in this same storage unit, they told me, for 70 years. So there's a lot of stuff that they were trying to get rid of, and I don't know why they had so many drum heads, unused brand new drum heads, but they wanted to get rid of them. They posted them for free on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, I think probably Marketplace. And it was very close to me, so I was the first one to arrive and loaded my car up with as much as I could. And they have been doing very well for me. I haven't done an accounting of how many of them I sold or how much I've profited off them, but I'm sure it's several $100s. And I have quite a lot more of these heads floating around in all different sizes. I think these are probably still on sale in my shop, yeah. So I got them for free. They've been, how long ago was this? This was just in October. It's March now. So I haven't really had to hang on to them too long, and I do have quite a lot still ready to list. Not ready to list. I have to get ready to list. I'm cutting these tabs off. Probably wouldn't hurt anything, but Here comes Pineapple. I hear his collar. No, Pineapple. Pineapple. Come here. Here he comes. Here he comes. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. You want to try your new bed? Here, try your bed. I put some treats in there trying to get him to get used to it. So now he's looking for treats. Oh, he found one. Come here, bud. Oh, come here, buddy. Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Pineapple. Sit. Here. Sit. Speak. Oh, he's trying to shake. Here, shake. Good boy. Other hand. Give me your other hand. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, speak. I don't have anything for him, so I shouldn't be tricking him like this. Lay down in there, pal. It's pretty small, but he's a small guy. He curls up in a little ball. You a good boy? You a good boy? You a good boy? What do you got on your face? Let me see your face. Okay, good boy. Okay, let's get back to work. We don't want to spend all night out here. It's not quite 9 yet. With just these 3 orders, we don't have to stay up too late. You know, ideally you'll get more orders before the night is over. That's the hopes. It's not uncommon. I mean, recently it's been uncommon, but historically it's pretty almost every night. I'll pack up 10 or 12 or 6 or 5 boxes or whatever, and then as I'm carrying them upstairs to get ready to put them on the porch, a little chime comes from eBay and I've got another sale to go pack. So for the last few weeks, that hasn't been the case. This is 1 pound, 11 ounces. For the past few weeks, we've been struggling with sales. And I've been trying everything I can to increase sales. Today, I typically do, maybe not every night, but pretty often, let's say 5 nights of the week, I will delist my 5 oldest listings and then relist them or sell similar something, one of those 2 things. These are going to, I put DH on here for Drumhead, and then they're going to a buyer named DH as well. So that seems unlikely. Okay, that one's ready. I've been delisting and relisting. So this morning I delisted everything that was going to automatically relist after 30 days today. Anything that was scheduled for that today. So I relisted about 40, maybe it was 40, 45 items. I have not had any luck doing that, relisting. Like I see people on YouTube saying it's a good method to get more eyes on your, to trick the algorithm or something. You know, a lot of people think they know how eBay's algorithm works, or at least they tell you that they know how it works. And I don't believe anybody knows that. I'm not even convinced that eBay knows how that algorithm works. Anyway, people say end and relist and you'll get some traction on your oldest items. And I haven't experienced that myself. Now it could be that these items I have are old for a reason, that they are just bad buys that I never should have purchased in the first place. And when I've been doing relisting, I haven't been spending a huge amount of time researching the quality of the listing or the quality of the item. This box is just a tiny bit too small. And I don't really want to use 2 of these 12 by 12 boxes, but I feel like I'm going to have to. Okay. Shouldn't be in there, I don't think. Come on, bud. Come back in here. He doesn't like when you're carrying anything. I don't know. We don't know what kind of life he had before we brought him home. And I don't like to make up stories about his life, assuming that he was mistreated, but he does occasionally act like he might have been. Like if you go to pet him, he might cringe a little bit, and it's not all the time, and it's hard to say for sure if that's a result of his upbringing or whatever. But whenever I come in the house and I'm carrying in a package or garbage can or something like that, he really shies away from those, from me then. So I don't know, it's sad, but he's a good boy. Okay, that box I did kind of wrong, but it's okay. I'm gonna cut these flaps off and I'll save them, use them for something in the future. It's good to have these scrap cardboard pieces. They always come in handy. I should be slowing down and making these cuts a little nicer, but like I said, I don't want to be here all night. Okay, I'll save these right here. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cut, now I have to cut these flaps, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna raise this up off of the bottom of this box a little with some paper. And then you can see I have plenty of room around the sides to fill void paper and keep this thing protected during shipping. It's one of those ball things, you know, electric storm lightning ball. I always wanted to have one of these when I was a kid. You would see them you see them at museums, but also at some place like Spencer's Gifts in the mall. I always thought they were so cool. I found this one at the Goodwill. Yeah, the Goodwill just at the end of December. So we're in March now, so not too long ago. It wasn't quite as valuable as I thought it was. When I did research at the store, I came up with a price of about $70. But I think they made two models and the other one was a little bigger. So this one I sold for $41.39 plus shipping, which I paid only $7 for it. Okay, that's good. So we will be, this might be a good use for these air bubbles. So I would like to get them used up and out of here. Okay, that's worked out pretty well, I think. Yeah, that's perfect. I haven't used any of those in a long time. Okay. Now I'm gonna fill this. I call it a hat. I'm gonna fill this up. Just a little bit more. And then I'm gonna, these bubbles are gonna make this a little bit tough, but I'm gonna cram this hat down on top of this bottom box and make this fit. The bubbles are bulging the box out a tiny bit, so it's gonna be harder than usual, but it's gonna work just fine. There we go, there we go. Now we just gotta get one more corner. There we go. And now we can just tap it down until it gets as tight as it can. I want this to be under, well, it's good. I want it to be under 22 inches because that's when the post office starts charging surcharges for oversized packaging. So I'm gonna do this to just marry these two pieces together. Again, this thing was only $41, so it's not like a precious heirloom or something. But I still want it to be packed as well as I can. Get it to the buyers safely. Whoops, we're at the end of this roll of tape, which is inopportune. That's bad timing. I just ordered a new case of tape and I have not put it away yet, so it's just sitting right here by the washing machine. And these are sealed inside here. This box was all torn up when it got here. Right, now we'll just take this. Come on, buddy. Come in here. Come in here with me. Good boy. Come lay down. Yeah, he seems, I'm making him seem like has a bunch of emotional problems, but he's fine most of the time. He just gets scared of loud noises and thunder and fireworks and a few other things, but he's mostly lives his life to the fullest. Pineapple. Come here. Come lay down. Come lay down on your new bed. He's usually pretty, he usually does whatever you ask him to. This tape, I don't know what brand it is. It feels sticky on the edges. And I think it's much thinner than the tape I've been using. Okay, I'm going to do something like a sort of a strap to hold the two pieces together, and I might go all the way around the entire box with a few different pieces. You know what? I think that's going to be just fine. Oh, now that I say that, I can hear the thing rattling around inside of its own box. So I should have opened that box and put some padding in. Now I'm going to have to reopen this. And I guess this will be a chance to make sure this packaging is as strong as it can be. Okay, so I'm going to open the inside box. It's in styrofoam. Why is it shaking? It's in styrofoam. It's just shaking because of this. No, I don't know. I'm going to just assume it's going to be fine. Rewrap it. I might put a little extra paper in this time. Let's see what's happening here. This goes first and then this. Okay. So I can hear it moving inside, but it's in styrofoam. I'm gonna have to open the whole thing. This is gonna extend our time I was trying to save tonight. You guys hear that? This thing is not secure in here. So whoever made this packaging did a bad job. Could have just been this thing rattling. No? No, see how much that moves? I mean, this is glass, so it can't be allowed to move at all. I'm gonna, well, we're almost out of bubble wrap too. Hopefully the next item doesn't require any bubble wrap. I'm gonna cut this into strips and wrap this globe with it. This needs to be pretty tight here so that so the other half can go on. But this should not be rattling that much. I'm not sure where it's going. Let's take a look. It's going all the way to Oregon. That's maybe not quite the farthest away you can get from where I live, but it's pretty close. Okay, let's see. Let's do some strips again. I'm going to try to put this here and get it in there tight and then put the top back on. And then we'll shake it. Is just this thing moving now? This isn't going to break. I don't have to really worry about that. I can still hear it. vibrating? It has to be this because everything else is tight. This thing is fairly tight, but not tight enough. Okay, let's see what we've got. I'm gonna use some of this paper. This thing came from Radio Shack. I would have thought they would be more precise with their packaging. This thing needs to be squeezed in here more. Try it again. Something is shaking in there. Is it just this thing now? If it's just this, I'm not worried. But if it's this glass part, I am worried. Okay, nothing. Okay, let's put it back together. I'm gonna have to force this in because the padding I just put in there makes this a little bit wider than it was before, but went in just fine. Okay, top, bottom. Yeah, that's better. Okay, back to the box. Okay, so this has been a minor ordeal, but it's fine. We're working it all out. I think I have room now for more bubble. Try to keep this at an angle so you're not just seeing the side of a box. Not like seeing this angle is much more thrilling, but okay. Okay, so that took twice as long as it should have, but now we know it's fine. It's gonna get there safe. I just cleaned this floor and now I just stuck a piece of tape to it. Oh shoot, this part I forgot. I gotta open it up again. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay. I'm gonna try to leave the box in the box this time. Let's get this thing open. I have a couple of times gotten into a situation like this where there were extra pieces that I took out for one reason or another, and then I shipped the item without that piece, and then I had to reship the missing part, the lost part. I don't want to have to do that again. Come on. These boxes are unwieldy. I can't get it. Let me take the whole box out. Okay, we're starting over. One more time. Now that I put that padding in there, this styrofoam is tight and it doesn't want to come out. There we go. Now this thing is just on one side, not this side. Not this side. It's on the, they put it on the split side for some reason. So we gotta get it back in here now without letting it fall out. Okay, that should be the last time this box gets open until it gets to... Now what is making that noise? That's got to be that base that I just put in there. So we're gonna just go with it. I am convinced that the glass part is not gonna get broken. I think that's packed plenty well, and so we're gonna call this good. I think at this point I've ended up with more room for more bubbles, so might as well use it. Good, good. This will go in the corner, hopefully. Good. This has been an amateur packing job from start to finish, but at this point we're going to be done with it. Close it up. Okay. Guess what? I forgot the manual now. Oh, jeez. All right, open it up again. I'm just going to put this on top of the box. I'm not opening that box again. Okay, before I put any tape on, let's take a look around. Nothing else goes in here. Okay. Pretend like you're good at a job until you have an audience. Okay. This is pretty light. I'm trying to decide if I want to put the label on the top or on the side. I'm going with the top. I think it's stronger this way. Okay, what's it called? Radio Shack. And it's going to be, let's do a re-tear on our scale. Seems to have gotten off. Okay. Every ounce counts in this business. 3 pounds, 15 ounces. And it's going to be about 19 or 20, 18 inches. 18 by 13 by 13. And it's going to a buyer whose initials are DK. All right. That was an embarrassment, but it's finished now. Okay, next up is this. Well, in the end, I sold that thing for 41 something, 41.39. It's okay. That's a good price. Okay, final item here. What kind of a box does this need? Let's see what kind of boxes we have. This one I could shrink down. I think we'll do that. I'm going to resize this box quickly to make it a little shorter. It doesn't need to be that tall, but it's just about the right size this way. So let's go ahead and do that right now. This is my box resizer. That's a little too tall still. This should be right. So it just has a perforating blade just like that. Well, it doesn't matter. That was from a different video. It has a little perforating blade and then a guide to keep it level. So I'm gonna go along here, put these perforations in to create a bend point. And then we'll use our knife to cut the flaps. Now, sometimes I leave these flaps and sometimes I take them off. Right now I'm going to take them off because I want this to be light. And I want to have, I've been running through a lot of my scrap cardboard, so I'm trying to build up a little supply again. Okay, so this will fall down, this will fall down. Whoops, I missed a corner. This falls down, and then these will come down. And then we'll get this thing inside there. This thing is a flex hone. It's like a carbide thing. You put it on a drill, and then it's for cleaning out. I think, what do they call it? It's like the injection. I can't think of the right term, but it's for your car to clean out the engine where your pistons are moving in and out on your engine, and they come in all different sizes that are pretty granular. Like, and it doesn't say on this package exactly the size of it, which seems strange when it is kind of important. So they have like 4 1/4, 4 5/8. You know, they have the sizes that are very similar to each other. 4 1/2, 4 1/4, 4 1/2, 4 5/8, 4, and I think they may even go into 16ths. So it's whatever the size engine you have, the pistons in your engine, you need the right thing, the right size to clean it. So this thing, I ended up having to do quite a lot, like more time researching this to figure out exactly what size it is than you would have imagined. Anyway, I got this from a Craigslist sale. There was a guy who posted some vintage motorcycle parts for free on Craigslist, and I thought it was a little bit of a drive to go where he was to pick them up, maybe an hour drive. And these were like side panels for a Honda motorcycle. They're probably worth around $100, $150. But I thought, let me see if he has anything else on Craigslist so that we can make this trip worthwhile. And he did have some good stuff, like mostly mechanic stuff. I have a suspicion that he was not a mechanic, but maybe his dad was or something like that, and he was clearing out some garage. Anyway, I bought quite a few things from him, as well as getting some other things for free. So by the time I got home and I averaged out the cost per item based on the things I bought from him and the things that he gave me for free, I came down to a cost of goods of $15 each for everything that I bought. And some of those things sold for $150. I think I was a set of there was a set of like valves, pressure valves for testing your air conditioning, your car's air conditioning. And I sold that for a few $100s, maybe $280 or something like that. And so even though I put a $15 cost of goods and I only sold this for $25, that's spread out over several items that were sold. So we're not going to make almost anything on this particular sale, but the other items that I bought with it more than paid for everything that I purchased. This feels a little bit soft. I don't typically trust a box that's been pre-made, the tape that's on it already. This has already been through the mail one time. So I don't mind cutting this bottom tape and retaping it because I was going to put tape over it anyway. Okay, that should be fine. I can feel it flopping around in there a little bit, but 1 pound 7 ounces. I don't remember what this is called. I'm gonna just put BRM. That's what's on the listing. That must be the brand name. I don't remember for sure. Now I'm gonna cover this this old label, even though it's already been blacked out. I'm gonna cover it with a clean piece of clear white label. Okay, BRM 1 pound 7. That's 16 by 11 by 5. And the buyer's initials, I was hoping this would be a 15-minute video, but it's probably going to be 25 now because of that stupid box and my amateur job on it. Okay, let's get these finished. All right, right now I'm going to go to the laptop, pull it in here, go to our eBay store, manage my eBay. Whoops, right here is a little notification bell. Click that, it opens up this drop down that has it has a message that says paid, ship now, and then that goes directly to eBay's bulk label tool. So we can just buy all of these labels in one shot. So this is 1 pound 7, 16 by 11 by 5. And that is going to cost us $7.67 to ship. We're going to just go straight to our spreadsheet. This is all the sales from March. And so that tool, mechanics tool, earned nothing, $6.12. So, I mean, like I said, the other items that I purchased with it earned quite a lot more than that. So $6.12 isn't really a real profit on that thing, but it's fine. We'll just call it good. This thing weighs 3 pounds, 15 ounces. And what did I say it was? 20 by 18? 18 by 13 by 13. This is going to cost more than the buyer paid in shipping. Quite a bit more, actually. Let's see if there's any other options here. Ground economy. No. Okay, this is not a good sale either. Somehow I put the wrong weight. The buyer paid for the wrong weight. And so we're going to earn barely anything on this. 11 bucks or something. $13.31. So this day, which I saw some $25 and $35 and $45 sales-ish, is going to turn out to be a bust. And this time it's for sure my fault. 1 pound, 11 ounce, because I put the wrong weights on both of those items. 21 by 21 by 2. This thing cost $6.53, $6.53 to ship these drum heads. So they earned us $21.90. So today's total, after all of that work, is $41.33. So if anybody has any ideas why March sucks so bad, let me know. Okay, let's review this purchase. Buy these labels. Just because you're not happy with the amount of money you make doesn't mean you don't get to ship the stuff. So let's print these labels. And I was really counting on $100 days for the rest of the month, but we're not going to get there. Okay, RB, thanks anyway. DK, I hope you don't electrocute yourself. And DH, thank you for the purchase. Enjoy these drum heads. Okay, we are done for the night. All I have left to do is put in a USPS pickup request. And there's been a few days when I said I was going to do it and then I forgot to do it. So these days I'm doing it immediately after ending these videos. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video now and say thank you for watching. And we'll be back again for sure tomorrow night. Even if it's only going to be $40 worth of sales, I'm just going to keep doing this until I earn some money. So thanks again. Have a good night and we'll see you soon.